All right, so I'm going to give you a quick little walkthrough for our Canvas page. You get to enjoy my handy dandy Xbox little headset here. So I'm going to look a little tech nerdy here. All right, you can see our screen here. I am student view. When you first head into our Canvas page, you might end up seeing the home page, which shows you recent activity. I would prefer it show up at the syllabus, but since it doesn't, we're going to go there first. The syllabus is going to give you pretty much kind of like, hi, this is English 2. It's going to be a little bit unique. Good luck and have fun. There's supposed to be a cute meme here. It's not showing, so that tells me I have to fix that. So anywho, you're going to see this quick little walkthrough right here. Go ahead and take a look at that. I put that in other places as well, so that way you kind of get two different spots. Also, there's a little syllabus here. We can take a look at that in a little bit. And then everything that you need to know is going to be under modules. Syllabus information is short, sweet, and simple. I'll cover that in a really quick little video as well. But just know that if you click that little link, it's going to send you off to Google Docs and it'll give you more information. So make sure you watch this little video since you're already here. It doesn't really matter. Biggest thing is you always want to make sure you go to modules first. We're going to scroll on up. Over here on the left-hand side, you will see right under syllabus is going to be modules. So go ahead and click that little guy. So please go in order. I do this all on purpose. It starts from the top up here, and then it goes all the way down. Right now, you're just going to see the first 2 weeks. You might actually only see the first week. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to open up all the weeks as we go along. Make sure where it says start here, that you start there. Okay. Over here, you're going to see, again, everything I do have here is in order to complete. Make sure, as I will have said in this little start here, okay, make sure you start there because that's going to give you everything you're going to need to know to get down into the week. So we're going to start here on week 1. Here, if it takes its time, okay. I give you all this little information and I give you a quick little, you're going to see a video here, a walkthrough of all of this. Do not get overwhelmed with all of the reading. I will tell it to you through my video, but I have it here so that you can always access it so you don't have to go through the whole video and you can just get to all the little links here. So short, sweet, and simple to the best of my abilities. For some of you, it might not feel that way. Okay, I'm going to go back to our modules. First and foremost, what I'd like you to do is introduce yourself, okay? The start here is still a part of week 1, but I just want you to kind of get this part out of the way and then delve into it. For those of you who want to know more about me, you can come to this introduce yourself section and you're going to see this handy dandy photo of both me, my husband Ryan, and my cat Bear. He was actually Andy, but over time his nickname has become Bear, or sometimes we like to call him the Beal. So for those of you who are laughing at me now, if you have a cat, you get it. Okay, week 1, module 1, you're going to see this is how all my weeks are going to be set up. I give you the readings and the lecture first. Be mindful, this is a very first where it says the readings and the lecture. It's really important that you read everything on there. Information in that part is going to usually be in a quiz or the lecture or the discussion. So for week 1, we will be talking about brainology. Again, I tell you, go back to introducing yourself if you have not already. Please, all these links, make sure you read everything that I put there. And I put it there for a reason. Brainology, I'm going to give a quick click. You'll notice up here that it does link you to another page. And hopefully that should work for you. I haven't had students have issues, so you should be fine. You can print this. You're absolutely free to print whatever I send you in any way, shape, or form. For brainology, since I have you here, it's pretty much the first couple pages. It seems a little daunting because it's about 6 pages, but the first 3 pages are the most important. The rest of it gives you a little bit more of an insight. So if you are watching this, I have just taken away 3 pages of reading. So thank you very much for reading this. You just gave yourself a gift. Okay, we're going to go back over here to week 1 readings and lecture. Again, you're going to see a growth mindset and cultural competency. Sorry about that. There's just the myths I want you to look at. So if you click on there, it's going to give you a really quick little link here. Please pay attention to the details. I try and save you some extra reading. The first part is good, but the thing I want you to focus on most as you scroll down would be said myths. So all you have to do is take a look at those myths. Please forgive me if I scroll a little too fast or if I fly through this too fast. I try and make it as to the point as possible. When I post pictures where it might say, again, we've got how to practice a growth mindset or cultural competency. If for some reason you are not seeing these, you must let me know. Please let me know. If for some reason you cannot read the pictures because of maybe some reason, please let me know ahead of time. I anticipate that you will have seen these, so if you cannot access them, tell me now. Otherwise, you might be, because you're going to be graded, not graded, I'm sorry. There will be quizzes or like lectures and stuff on this. So if you can't read it, I need to know ahead of time. Again, I will include, you can't see my hand here, but I'm sliding down over in front of this. You will have readings on here as well as the readings before. A lot of these are notes. A lot of these kind of summate the readings, but not wholly. So make sure you always do the readings first. Biggest thing to understand about composition, and I really like to use this formula where it's composition equals literacy plus identity. Okay, and then literacy is critical thinking and experience. So I break this down a little bit further as we go along, but try and conceptualize that, like put that in your brain so that you can understand what we talk about when we talk about composition. So, all right, now as we move forward, go ahead, you'll see down over here, if you can see my mouse where it says next. What's really cool about modules is you can actually click that. It's going to take you to the next piece into the module. So after you've read that first thing, you are going to be given the play pause it. The play pause it is going to be a video that's not popping up now. Of course it isn't. Why would it? There we go. Okay. So click here if the page is not displaying. Play posits are awesome. They do take a minute to load. Oh, hallelujah. Here it is. I also have shoddy internet, but aside from shoddy internet, these still work for me. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes like it'll give you these little notes that's going to say, hey, your internet speed kind of sucks. I'm like, yeah, I do. I can't afford good internet. Are you kidding me? You can close these. It should give you the actual play pause it. I give you some instructions at the top of how it's going to go. Sometimes the play posits are going to take a second. Sometimes they show up and it'll say, please click play again or whatever. So sometimes you have to click it twice. Be patient. They have a lot of interactions to them, so sometimes they take just a little bit longer to access. So here we go. Oh, my timing is fantastic here. Okay, so you're going to see when I push play, look up in the corner where it says please play, click, please click play again. That's just what it's asking for. So there you go. Okay, so you get a prettier version of me versus my headset. Okay. Down here you will see that we do have closed captions. So if you're like me, sometimes I actually love reading closed captions. They are not perfect. I am completely aware of that, but I accept it and I move forward. So just be mindful they are there. If something is not working in the play pause it, let me know. My biggest thing is please be patient, be calm. The play posits can run up to, I believe, about sometimes up to like an hour and a half. But when you think about being in class in person, you normally meet about 2 times a week up to about an hour and 15 minutes. So that's 3 hours of lecture that I put all the way down into maybe about an hour, hour and a half. So I also like to throw in videos and there's quizzes and I try and make it as interactive as I can so that way you're not sitting there bored out of your skull. But do be mindful to pay attention to those lectures. Again, lectures, there's quizzes, and the lecture will help you when you go to do your discussion. So, all right, that is the play pause it. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, it's my first semester doing it with the play posits, but they're fine. I don't foresee issues. It just takes a little bit of time because they're a little big. Okay, so play posits should have the quiz. I don't know how the play posits work with the phones. And just be mindful of that. It is unfortunately not my responsibility to, how do I say this? It's up to you, I guess you would say. It's up to you to figure out a way to watch these. That's just how this class goes. So you can find, usually Chico's, if you have a way of getting to the Chico Center, I think they've got computers there, maybe down I don't know. If you're having issues, just email me or Canvas me, and let's see if we can find a solution. But for the most part, these work fine. We will find a solution because I put a lot of work and they're fun and I want to share them. So we're going to find a way. Okay, if you click next again, it's going to take you to your next assignment, and that is going to be your reading responses. Reading responses are due Fridays. Okay, so do them on Friday. I have the 11 o'clock kind of cutoff, but it really goes to 11:59. Here's the problem, and again, late work, be careful. If you try and turn it in, you're like, oh, it's 11:58, and you turn it in, and then it turns out that your clock is off. Unfortunately, your points will be taken off. So try and get them in sooner than later. It's not a huge, like, it's not going to destroy your grade, but it adds up really quickly. So just be mindful. You know, it might hurt your heart a little bit if you're like me and you're always trying to capture the points, but don't worry. In the end, the work that you do, the whole point of this, and you're going to see this in the growth and the fixed mindset, the whole point of this class is to grow, not to get the points. All right, and I have the points there because some of us are competitive and we like to get it, but in the end, it's not about the points, it's what you learned, okay? So if ever there's issues, again, Canvas me. We will have discussions, we'll Zoom about it, we'll figure something out, but do your best. And I give you all the things. You just have to take all the things and do something with it. That's what this class is all about. And again, you will be using certain parts of your reading with other parts. So I'll give you maybe like David Sedaris is one of my favorite authors. So I give you some of his fun readings and then maybe some psychology research about something. And you want to apply this to this reading. And that's our ultimate goal here with discussions. And that's critical thinking, right? So we'll talk about critical thinking in a little bit. Okay, so anyway, make sure you turn in your reading responses by Friday. You will be responding to your peers by Sunday. Okay, so it kind of gives you a little bit of room there. So let's see. I think that's it for week 1, and week 2 is pretty simple. Again, it's going to be a little bit of a longer lecture. Be okay with it. Please do not panic when you look at all these readings. This is just a chapter from a book. This is a chapter from a book. And this is a chapter from a book. And the cool thing about that is they're fun readings. Like, to me, they're entertaining. So I would hope that it's a little easier to read. It's not going to like bust your brain. These readings, the whole point of them is to give you someone else's experience. And then the ones below it, you're going to apply research to those experiences. All right. And then there'll be times where you get to apply those to your own experiences as well. Keep in mind the Wild Meat and the Bully Burgers readings are going to be written in Hawaiian Creole. It's fantastic. I love it. If it doesn't make sense to you, I would highly suggest watch the first part of the play, pause it, and it'll give you some help. What I'm going to do now that I think about it, I'm going to put the links for how to speak Pidgin or Hawaiian Creole at the bottom of this with all the other videos so that you can read those first. I'm realizing that might be easier than starting the play, pause it. So anywho, you'll have those available to you. Again, these are going to be our research readings for week 2. And again, if you can't see images, like when I showed you just before that meme, for some reason that didn't show up, which was annoying because it's hilarious. I'll show you in a second. If you're not seeing pictures, if it looks like there's like a broken link, let me know. Let me know sooner than later, because my assumption on my end is that you're getting all this stuff. If you're not getting all this stuff, you have to let me know, because that's, you know what I mean? I'm just going to be like, well, why did you do that? Well, I didn't get the link. Why didn't you get the link? I don't know. I don't know. Just shrug your shoulders. So, okay. I've had a lot of coffee. This is what you get. This is my like 8 a.m. self. So I'm all kinds of wild. All right. So, make sure you take a look at this. I give you kind of the visual, and then I give you the written to kind of give you like a good understanding of what it is. I will also include the links. When I am giving my lecture in the play, pause it, a lot of it is, these are my notes from it, and I kind of just like walk down. You will notice that I also use MLA format for quotations. And this is not what you need to do for MLA format, but I do it for you. I include the link. So if ever you're wondering, where'd you get that quote? Where'd you get that information? I try and provide as much as possible. Okay. Also, again, I do include a little bit of notes to help guide you, as well as my lecture. I give you all the things. So It's just about reading. And so for me, I like all of the things. Give me the reading, give me the videos, give me all of it. So I give it to you. So try not to be too overwhelmed. Majority of this are notes from the lecture. In the lecture, you will have quizzes, but I give it to you here so that way you can kind of look and see. So when you do the lecture, when you're watching the play pause it, you don't feel like you're lost. Also, I give you all of this beautiful information, and then right below, I give you the play pause it link, and then I give you the discussion link. I don't, I hope that doesn't confuse you because again, you can just go to the next and it'll take you there. I put everything in order. Sometimes I might go a little overboard because I'm like, here's this thing. So if it becomes overwhelming, let me know. I have toned it down from my other online classes. So hopefully this is better for you. Here are the videos right here that I actually use in my play posits so that one, you kind of see what's coming. Maybe you want it for some kind of, you know, maybe for your narrative. Maybe you want to use one of these videos. You just want to access it so you can come back to it since it was in our lecture. So I give it to you. So I'm going to put the pigeon videos up there too. Anyway, oh, you know, I just realized the ironic part of this is that Bob is hanging out with the pigeon, but pigeon bird versus pigeon Hawaiian Creole are two different things. I hope that doesn't confuse anybody. There's two different pigeons. There's the bird and then there's the dialect. So anyway, hope that doesn't confuse you. Message me with questions. Again, you can Zoom me. I'll put that up for you. Okay. Again, week 2, play pause it. Do not be overwhelmed by our topic, which is trauma, fear, and hate. They all kind of come together in a very cohesive way, and we all have suffered from them in some way, shape, or form. So it's just understanding humanity. It looks like my play pause it here will run for about maybe 20 minutes. Some of them last a little bit longer. Don't forget there's quizzes. Don't forget there's quizzes. You're going to see a few pop-ups on your play pause it. Just go ahead and make sure you read and then click through just in case. And for this play pause it, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff. It's just the same that I have said in the others where you've got down over here will be your closed captioning and that sort of thing. Since it's taking its time loading, I'm going to switch over to our next step again. Reading, play pause it, discussion. Cool. I include all the readings again in case for some reason you want them open while you are responding to these discussions. Lovey and David Sedaris both have traumas, and to understand that we would need to make sure you read those, right? So make sure you read so that you understand what the traumas are. And then how do they all relate to the reading? So anyway, so the whole point of all this is I want you to feel comfortable and given as much information without overloading you as I possibly can. Always start with modules. We'll make it short, sweet, and simple. So we start with the modules. And I think that is it for the first 2 weeks. If I need to do more guidance, please let me know. So far, I think that's it. I want you to feel comfortable. Don't forget, again, deadlines. I believe the play posits will be due, the quizzes, those end on Friday. So try and get those done. If I need to postpone them to Sunday, I might. My only fear is what will happen is you might not do the play posit, but you need that information for your discussion. So I try and get them done early. So in other words, my deadlines are for you. And it's tough. Again, trust me, I've worked full-time retail while doing school and teaching. Like, I get it. So I'm trying to be as understanding and mindful as possible. The biggest thing I want you to learn in this class is time management. Time management is key in success of all things in the world. So just be mindful of your time. And as I've walked through this, you will see what I have as expectations for at least the first 2 weeks. It will pretty much stay the same until we start getting into the narrative and research. It changes just a little bit, but I try and keep it as consistent as possible with no surprises. I don't like surprises. I like things being the same, so I'll try and keep the same for you. All right. I have talked enough. I appreciate your time. Let me know if you have any questions. And aside from that, have fun. And again, read all the things, click all the links, and enjoy yourself. All right? Thank you.